For a variety of reasons, there may be times when you need to produce a document, but you don't want to produce the original raw document. There may be elements of it that you need to redact, or hidden information that you want to make sure you erase, and that's fairly easy to do with Acrobat 10 Pro. Before we get started with that, we're going to make one quick change to our settings, or verify that our settings are a certain way. We're going to go into the Edit menu, under Preferences, and then under the Documents category, near the bottom, there's going to be a section here for redaction. We just want to make sure that we have this checked to say adjust file name when saving applied redaction marks, and that we have some kind of suffix or prefix here, like in this case I have underscore redacted. The reason we do that is that when you apply the redactions, as we'll see in a moment, they're final and they cannot be removed or erased on that version of the PDF. So it's very important that you don't accidentally redact your only original copy of a PDF, thereby potentially eliminating the original version of the document that you might need later. Making sure that you have this box checked will just force Acrobat to create a new version of it and add the suffix redacted each time you do that. So make sure that you have this setting checked. Click OK. Now to actually get into the redaction, we're going to click on the Tools menu in the upper right-hand corner and go to Protection. And we'll see here Blackout and Remove Content, or Redaction. And there's several different ways we can do this. The first thing we want to click, though, are Redaction Properties. The Redaction Properties are the settings that tell the document, or tell Acrobat, what it should use as a redaction filler. So very often, or the most common that we would see, is just simple black text or black boxes laid over. And we can do that by selecting Redacted Area Fill Color and choosing the color that we'd like to fill. So we're going to choose black. If you'd like, you can create an overlay text by just selecting the Use Overlay Text. You can select font and font size and all of those standard formatting options. And then you can put in the custom text here. So we could write in redacted. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it clear in the areas of the document that we redact that rather than just being a black box, it's actually going to say on that box that that area had been deliberately redacted. There are some redaction codes preset in here that you can use if you are redacting the document pursuant to a specific U.S. Act. We're going to actually uncheck this for now, so it's just a black box. And we'll click OK. To actually mark for redaction, there are a few options. The ones we'll focus on here are Search and Remove Text, Mark Pages to Redact, and Mark for Redaction. We'll start with Search and Remove Text. And what this lets you do is it lets you search a document and redact a specific bit of text throughout that document. So we'll click that. And keep in mind what this warning is telling you is that the document needs to be OCR'd so that the text is actually searchable for this to really be accurate. Now you can go through and you can search this current document. You can also select a whole file full of PDFs or a specific file by selecting the All PDF Documents in and selecting that folder. We're going to enter a single word or phrase. In this case, we're going to look at the document over here and see the Social Security number is listed. So we're going to enter that. So that we can automatically redact the Social Security number wherever it appears on this document. And we'll click Search and Remove Text. It'll give you a list of the places where it's identified that language. In this case, there's only one. You just check that if you'd like to redact it. You can also select Check All or Uncheck All here. And then, if you've got the right things checked, you click Mark Checked Results for Redaction. Now the Social Security has been marked for redaction. You'll notice that in the document we can still see the text for now because we haven't applied these in a final format. But it's outlined in red to indicate that it is going to be redacted once we click Apply Redactions here at the end. If I put my mouse over that, it's going to preview what that'll look like once it's redacted. So we set it as a black fill, and so that's what it's going to look like. Another option here, we can mark pages to redact. So we'll say that we wanted to redact this entire second page. we'll just click Mark Pages to Redact. And you can either choose current page or you can pick specific page ranges. We'll click the current page, click OK, and you'll see it's now redacted the entire page. Finally, we can click Mark for Redaction. And what this is going to do is it's going to turn your cursor into a tool for marking specific things for redaction. So if there's text that I'd like to redact, so for example, I want to redact the address, I just select that text. And when I let go of my cursor, it's going to be highlighted in red and marked for redaction. If there's an element of your document that's not text, but you still want to redact it, for example, here we have a scan of a Social Security card, you'll notice that your cursor changes from a selection cursor to a bullseye. And if you now select a specific area, it's going to allow you to draw a box. And when I release that, it's going to create a redaction area. Once I've marked all the areas for redaction, I just click Apply Redactions. It's going to give me a warning to make it clear to me that this is something that cannot be undone. And if I click OK, they've been successfully applied. Now I'll get the option immediately to find and remove hidden information in the document. It's a good idea to do this. So I'll click Yes. And it's going to automatically search the document for hidden information or metadata. It'll give me a list of what it's identified. So it's identified one piece of metadata. It's identified bookmarks and some other assorted objects that I might want to delete. I just check each thing that I'd like to remove. In this case, I'm going to leave them all checked and click the Remove button and verifying that this can't be undone. And that information has now been removed. I'll see little green checks next to each one. If I wanted to do this manually, not as part of a redaction, you'll notice here on the right side under the Protection menu, below Redaction, there's a section for hidden information. And I can sanitize a document or I can remove hidden information. In this case, it's grayed out because I just ran it, and I've already removed all the hidden information. Once you've completed this, you'll want to be sure to save the document. Go to File, Save As to be safe. And you'll see here that it's added _redacted, just as we set in those settings under the Edit menu earlier. Click Save and you'll have the redacted version that you can now pass along.